This is the plaintiff, Frances Taylor. She says the defendant used to live with her son, and they were together for 15 years, and she loaned her some money which hasn't been paid back. She says the defendant is smart, but is a runner. When she can't take the heat and stand there to face her problems head on, she runs. And that's just what she's doing. But today's the day when the running stops, so she's suing for $1,035, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Denise Paulus. She says the plaintiff loaned the money to her and her son. When she asked her son about it, he said he didn't want to get in the middle of it. She's tried to pay back her portion of the loan, and as far as she's concerned, the plaintiff's son owes the rest. She's accused of not paying back an ex's mother.
Frances Taylor, you are suing Denise Paulus, the former girlfriend of your son, for $1,035, a balance of a loan that you say she owes you and has refused to repay, correct?
Correct.
What happened?
On August 5th of 2009, Denise and my son came to our house, and she requested a loan to take and get her car fixed and for extra bills and stuff that needed to be paid. Nothing was ever mentioned about my son. So
Your son is present but not asking? Or what do you
he's
mean?
not asking because the loan wasn't for him.
Okay. So she asked you for exactly how much?
She wasn't quite sure. So I said, would $1,150 pay for everything, because the car would probably run over $800.
Okay.
And she said that would be fine.
Okay.
And
Had
so
you loaned her money in the past?
Yes. She needed $1,000 to take and pay off her car because they were going to repossess it, is what I was told. But I couldn't find the canceled check on that.
Okay. Had she paid you back on that?
Everything except for $200.
Okay. But you are suing today only for $1,035 because of what?
Because she's already paid me $315
Towards this
debt.
She still owed you $200 from another debt, but she has paid you $315, right? So she had been pretty good about paying, so you didn't feel it was a big risk to loan her this second amount.
Well, I was kind of leery. I wasn't sure, because every time Denise got money ahead, she would break up with my son.
Well, how long had she been going out with your son?
They've been living together 15 years.
Okay. So what happens between her and your son?
He took and went hunting with my husband of November last year. And when he come back to an empty house with just his stuff and 2 dogs. She had moved everything out. And from what I understand, he didn't know because he was so upset when he got back. I had talked to her that week, and she mentioned nothing about moving out at all.
What happened?
Corey and I had been having some problems with our relationship for a really long time. Most of them were family type issues where, you know, he didn't get along with my sister, my son. There was good reason for that, and I couldn't really blame him for not wanting to have them around, but I just decided that I just really couldn't live that way anymore, where my friends didn't want to come over and my family didn't want to come over and most weren't welcome. So I decided to move out.
Okay, how long had you been with him?
We'd been together for almost 15 years.
Okay, and was there any other reason for the breakup? Because that wasn't something new. I mean,
that wasn't something new. You know, additionally, he wasn't treating me very well the majority of the time. I was expected to take care of all of the household expenses.
Why?
And pretty much everything else.
Why were you expected? What, did he work?
No. No, he had been in a car accident several years ago and ended up with some bad problems with his back, so I supported the household.
Did you, like, leave in the middle of a hunting trip with no... Is that how you left?
Pretty much, yeah.
Why?
I was afraid
like a lousy
to
thing
face
to do
him.
to somebody.
I was very afraid to face him because I still care about him very much. And
did you leave him a note, or did you call him, or
I called him, and I wasn't able to get him, and so because of where he was, and so then I sent him a text message, and I also left him like a 5-page letter at the house.
Okay, but you had been planning this for a while, right? Like you
Not for a really long time. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
That's all right. Did you? I mean, you have this is like, you know, whether or not you were married to him, you had a very strong, lengthy relationship with him and her. Did you call her to sort of just, you know, soften the blow of the afterwards, or not really?
No, I didn't. I had contacted Fran a few times by email, but I was going through a really rough time with depression following the death of my sister, and so I started seeing a counselor at that time.
Was the death of your sister unexpected?
Yes, ma'am.
Did it sort of provide you with some epiphany about living your life?
Yes, ma'am.
How so? I'm sorry. And let me just say that I totally sympathize with you, because I suffered the death of a brother, and it's just not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to grow old next to each other, and when you don't, it is extremely painful. I read in your answer to the complaint that the death of your sister sort of made you feel this is no way to live life separated from family because of Corey.
Correct. That was my primary reason for making the decision.
I have a feeling that had you not broken up, this lawsuit probably wouldn't be here. And that's not to say that you don't know the money, and that's not to say that she isn't perfectly within her rights to be suing. Did you two have any discussion about the debt after the breakup?
No, because she would, well, I talked to her once, you know, because Corey wanted to get back with her. And
Where did Corey, when she left, what ended up happening with Corey?
He was devastated.
Okay.
But Denise put her grown boys above their relationship. And that's all he wanted, was just relationship.
Well, I mean, but you can, I mean, you should be able to have both in your life, right?
Well,
you know.
her two boys at one time locked them both out of their own house for 3 days and stole from them and then hawked the stuff.
They're still your boys. I mean,
They're
right?
still your
like,
boys.
Where's Corey living now?
He has to live with us.
He's living with you, right? He's a grown man, but he's living with you because he's your boy, right? He's always
well,
your boy.
no, not only that.
Just
he
like
does,
they're always her boys, right?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't want to really live with us. He wants to be on his own. He feels less of a man right now.
For living with you. Okay, well then why
Right.
isn't he on his own? Because he doesn't have her support.
He's got no support. He,
Right.
he doesn't
Okay.
have any income.
All right, now your position is that you shouldn't have to pay the whole thing. Why?
Because the loan, the extra $350 over the $800 to fix my car was for Corey's expenses. He had communicated that while we were there, because his mom said, you know, how much do you need? And I already had.
Why is a check written to you and not him?
Because
why isn't $800 to you and $350 to him?
I don't know.
Well, does he
you
have
know,
a bank?
because
Is
I
there any
imagine
reason
it was.
why?
It may not have been clear to Fran that $350
No,
was
it
actually
wasn't.
going directly
If it's not
to
clear
Corey
to Fran,
at the
then
time.
it's not clear to me either.
But
See,
he
the check
said-
is written to you. It's not written to Corey.
Correct. It was written to me, and Corey said, you know, don't forget about the $350 that I need. And so I said, yeah, we need $1,150, and that's what she wrote the check out, and she wrote the check out to me. On the way back to our house, Corey said, you know, I need that money right away. I have to pay Joe the money that I owe him. And I said, well, I can give you $50 cash now, and I'll write you a check for the other $300.
Okay. Well, here's the problem that we have. The problem that we have is the check is written to you. If you then choose to give Corey $350, why is she not right that that's between you and Corey? You want to collect from Corey if you can. But why does she have to chase Corey? I know Corey happens to be her own son and living in her house, but why does she have to collect from Corey when she wrote the check entirely to you?
It is my belief that Fran was fully aware that that $350 was going to Corey and exactly what it was for.
Okay, were you fully aware of that?
No.
So some of the money that the defendant borrowed went to the plaintiff's own son. Is the defendant still responsible for the full amount?
I think so. If it's your loan, what you do with it, you're still responsible to pay.
Fair enough, but it is the plaintiff's son that benefited. What do you think?
I think they're still responsible to pay the money back.
Still responsible?
I would say yes, too.
Because
I don't know.
It wasn't part of the original loan
it
agreement.
wasn't part of the original loan agreement, so tough luck for the defendant.
Exactly.
Fair enough, going inside the courtroom.
If Corey wanted the $350, he would have asked me for that. I would have given him a separate check.
Unless you can prove that, which I don't believe that you can, then you are on the hook for the 1035. Now, you tried to tender a check to her, right?
Yes, I did.
For how much?
The bank made it out for $565. It was supposed to be $585.
Which would have been the remaining balance minus the amount that you felt that all right. I believe that you were on the hook for the, by the way, what'd you do with the check? You sent it back to her?
Yes, I sent it back to her registered.
All right. I believe that you are on the hook for the entire amount, and I am going to render a judgment in favor of the plaintiff in this case in the amount of $1,035. Let me just say something, okay, because you both look like really nice people, all three of you. You're the husband, right? Yeah. I know that this is painful because I've read, she's angry, and her letters don't show the pain the way your letters show the pain. But I know that she feels the pain. And I don't believe, I really don't believe that she only feels the pain because Corey's now her burden. That's her son. You know, just like your sons are your sons, and you made decisions so that you can make that. She wants his life better. She would love for you two to get back together again. But you don't have an obligation to him. You have an obligation to yourself to be happy. But I just sort of hope that with the good relationship that you two had, that even if you don't continue to have a relationship because that's too painful, that you at least don't wipe out the good memories of those 15 years. And despite the breakup, and breakups happen, I hope that you don't lose that because this isn't really about the $1,000. It's about the pain that really went through this family. So I hope you're able to pick up the pieces and at least have fond memories of those 15 years that she was essentially your daughter-in-law and whatever good that did for Corey and for your family. Mm-hmm. Good luck, folks, okay? I wish you both well. All
Thank
well.
you, Judge.
Well, the defendant has lost this case here in the People's Court, but wondering what it was like for you to be standing there listening to the judge's words just now.
Well, I just really wanted to do what was fair and what was right and what was good by the law, and I accept her decision as being the right decision, although I may not completely agree with it.
Well, what are your feelings for Corey at this point?
I'll always love Corey.
Mm-hmm. And how about the plaintiff, too? She was there for those 15 years, too, and she's still there.
Yeah, she was always there for me, and I love both her and her husband Ray very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, head right down this way. All right, so let's see what comment comes from the plaintiff's side of the courtroom. Step on in here. You win the case. How painful has this been for you to go through with her like that?
Well, I was hoping I didn't have to do it. But with Denise, I mean, you never know. And
Is she still an important person in your life, in Corey's life, as far as you're concerned?
She cut us out. She quit talking to us or anything.
Did you hear what she said to me out here and to us?
Yeah.
Well, what's your reaction to that?
Well, I can't believe her. I can't believe her.
You don't believe her either?
No, heck no. No, she had 4 boys. 2 of them turned out all right, and 2 didn't.
Harvey?
I got to tell you, if there's ever a situation where you're not responsible for the full amount you borrow, that because you give it to a relative of the plaintiff, the person who loans you the money, you better get that portion in writing, otherwise you are fully responsible. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.